What's going on, guys? Matt here. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, kind of just wanted to do a little bit of an update video, maybe incorporate a lot of things I've been making videos on other platforms. So if you don't follow me, check me out. A lot more active on the other platforms, but I kind of just wanted to talk about what I've seen so far in 2025 and what I think is on the horizon for this year in terms of the real estate market. And it's honestly been an interesting start to the year. It seems like, at least where I live, my area has been picking up activity. People are buying houses more, maybe not, prices aren't going up really, but they're moving. So that means buyers are out there and they're actually buying, right? They're qualifying. These lower rates have helped people get into the market. And so I think that's been a good thing. And I think we're going to see more activity in 2025. We're going to see people, getting into the market, maybe moving to a different home, but just making more decisions, right? Activity. There's going to be more sales, okay? But in terms of prices, it's very hard to tell because it's still quite early in the year. And I think from my perspective, what I think will happen will be that we have to kind of wait and see how this year goes. There's a lot of stuff up in the air in terms of geopolitical stuff. Obviously, there's the Trump tariff stuff that's been floating around online that people are talking about. And with all that, it's so hard to tell how that's going to affect markets, especially real estate in Canada. Is it going to make our real estate prices go down? Is it going to make it go up? Who knows? It's very hard to predict markets and where they go. The best thing we can do, though, is to look at all the information and make the best decision for ourselves. So one thing I've been doing recently has been making a lot of videos about, these large losses happening in the market. And I've been getting a lot of people that have been very, they really like the videos. People like that I'm talking or showing that, look, like these people bought in 2022 when the market was really hot and they sold recently and they had to pretty much solidify a $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 loss. A lot of the times it's a power of sale where they are not able to pay their mortgage. So the bank then takes over the house and sells it for market value. They get an appraisal from the bank or doing a bank appraisal. And it's usually people say it's typically lower than market rate, but I think it's just a very kind of like quick market price to get rid of the home fast, because when a bank takes over a power sale, they need to get their money back as fast as possible. So usually they price it a little bit lower to get rid of the property, okay? And so I've been making a lot of these videos and I've been getting a lot of traction. People really like them. And so, I made a few of houses in Innisfil, Barrie, Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga condos. I've been kind of going all over the GTA. And there's just been a lot of pretty big losses, okay? And I do make some, examples where people actually make money in real estate. Of course, you don't lose money. But right now, there's a lot of examples of people losing money because the market has shifted. It's gone down. It's not the 2021, 2022 market anymore. Things are very different. And, I have been getting some negative comments about it. Some people think that I shouldn't be talking about this, but this is the truth. This is what's actually happening in the market. Why isn't it a good idea to talk about these situations? These are more extreme examples, but why is it not okay to talk about these real things that are happening in the market? I think these are great things to talk about and to just discuss because these are real situations. This is public information, and I, as a realtor, am able to talk about this stuff, right? This isn't like I'm not releasing names of anyone. This is just public information that these properties were sold, bought at this time. If you do the math, there's a loss here, okay? So I'm just literally talking about listings and what's happening. And if there's a loss, I discuss what the loss is. And we kind of look at the home and we talk about, and I usually ask, do you think this home is worth this price, right? And obviously, people love to hate on real estate prices right now. They love to say that's overpriced. That's mostly what everyone is saying is Canadian real estate is overpriced. But when you think about it, from here, like over the next 5-10 years, it's gonna be very interesting to see where prices go. I think they're gonna go up because it's an asset, and I think they're gonna continue to create more Canadian dollars, and it's gonna flood into assets like real estate. Could cause inflation that can go into other things, but I think real estate over the long term, like it's shown to have done in the past, it's going to continue to go up. And if you own assets and if you own real estate, you're going to be able to get ahead compared to if you don't, right? If you don't own real estate, you're kind of stuck renting, paying for your housing month after month, and you're not building any sort of equity there. You're kind of just paying your landlord so they can typically pay off their mortgage, and then you don't really have anything to show at the end of the day. At least if you have a mortgage, at the end of 30 years, if hopefully nothing bad happens, you have a paid off house. And there's something else I want to talk about in this video. There's just so much stuff because I haven't made a YouTube video in a while, but recently I've been talking to so many people which is really interesting. These are a little bit older people, okay, that own a home, and they're in financial distress, very significant financial distress, where they use their mortgage like a credit card for the past 10-20 years. And what happened was, every time I think they were about to renew or the renewal was coming up, they would essentially roll other debts into their mortgage over and over again and just have a larger mortgage. So effectively, they were paying their mortgage, but then the renewal would come up and they'd roll credit card debt into it, or they'd roll line of credit debt into it, or they would buy like a new car or a boat or a motorcycle or something, and they would just roll that debt into the mortgage. So effectively, they were using their mortgage like a credit card. And unfortunately, I've spoken to some people that have been in some very hard situations where they're about to lose their home. And it's so sad to hear about. It's so sad to hear because, it's a sad situation to lose your house. Nobody wants to lose their home and have to move their family out and be put in these situations. But I think about it, I'm like, if you're using your house like a credit card and you're rolling bad debt into it, right, and you're chipping away and you're eroding your equity, then unfortunately that's what could happen to you. And if you do this, you're being put at risk to where the market shifts and goes down, your house value decreases, and then you could be put in a situation where maybe if you have a private lender, they want their money back because they know the house prices are going down, so they need their money that they loaned you, and they can recall that. And so it puts you in a situation where you're scrambling to find another lender. You might not be able to sell the property for the amount you need. And then you're in more debt. Like it's a cascading, declining situation that can spiral and get worse. So that's something I've noticed really recently. There's just a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and I think I need to start just hammering out more long form videos here on YouTube, because I really do enjoy just turning on the camera and talking. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit like, follow me on other platforms, subscribe, because I'm planning on making more videos. I know I say that a lot, but I'm really want to just get in the car and film, between seeing clients and stuff like this. It's I think it's a great thing, and I'm able to just get more thoughts out to you guys. But from my perspective, that's what's happened so far. I'm starting to see more activity. At the same time, a lot of stuff happening geopolitically that we don't know how it'll affect the housing market until it's done. So don't try to make any predictions. Just focus on your situation. Focus on what you can control and do the best thing possible in your situation. And of course, with the other stuff, don't use don't use your house like a credit card. Don't roll bad debt into your house over and over again. Pay down bad debt. Try to spend less than you make, right? I think what happened was a lot of people in the last 15 years, let's say from 2010 to 2025 or 2022, people just were doing very well financially, and they were spending like crazy. They started buying new cars, new this, new that. People were just going nuts. People's incomes were really good, and I think people just started going nuts. And now some people unfortunately start rolling those debts into their mortgage, and now they're being put in a situation where they could lose their home. And so if that teaches anyone something, take it away. Be mindful of spending. Do not roll bad debt into your house. It's not a good idea. Your house is an asset. Your mortgage is good debt, right? It's productive debt. At least you can live in the home, or you can rent it out to make cash flow income. But just be careful. The market is very different now. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about real estate, I'll put my information, of course, below the video. If you guys want to book a call with me, of course, you can do that as well. I work in the GTA Simcoe region. Until the next video, guys, take care.